So the first little new segment we've got to cut into all the music stuff we've been going, and we've said for so long that we're going to talk about the download lineup after talking about the Slam Dunk lineup, and
Yes.
the first of many, the second of many, sorry, is Download 2021. It's a bit zoomed out at the moment, so I'll help you with that. Okay, that didn't work. Let's try again. There we go. That worked. Okay. Nope, that still didn't work. Okay, we'll just we'll keep it as it is. It's called Own Load at the moment. So I'm not gonna show just the poster. The poster's just a bit of a promo before we get into everything else. But overall thoughts of whether or not you're gonna check out Download next year, Rob?
Well, unfortunately, I can't go on the. Well, at least I can't do the Saturday, which is really annoying because Saturday is by far and away for me the best day at Download next year if it goes ahead. Kill Switch, Mastodon, Gojira, Deftones, Biffy, Bush, Wild Hearts. I mean, my boys, Puppy, Loathe, Holding Absence, Sepultura. I mean, endless options.
Let's have a look as well.
And endless, and just all of them are bands that are up there as my favourite bands ever.
Yeah.
So that would have been an embarrassment of riches for me if I could have gone. But unfortunately, I just so happened to be seeing the Killers on the same day.
Oh, bloody hell. You're going to drop all that for the Killers. Shame on you.
Okay. Essentially, I was going to see the Killers at the Emirates Stadium, the home of football, of course, this year. Right, this June, okay? And then they postponed it to next year, and they just so happened to pick the one day I didn't want to have it on. That is my luck, right, with gigs. I back in the times when we could go to get. Hang on, a moment for the times we could actually go to gigs.
Yeah.
Back in the time where we could actually go to gigs, this used to happen to me all the time. Just a clash of different things happening. And I had to choose between one and the other. It was a nightmare. But yeah, the Saturday looks at, and we have Funeral for a Friend as well from your neck of the woods.
Yeah. So we'll work through from Friday to Saturday, starting from the top, make it drop. Oh, sorry. From the top to the bottom. Get mixed up with those two things. So Kiss, I've never been a fan of Kiss.
Not a fan, really.
No.
I think Bees is a massive Kiss fan, but I hate Gene Simmons. I just cannot stand the.
Well, he hasn't cancelled my sub yet, so that's good. A Day to Remember. I saw them a few years ago. I think they're okay live. I kind of like iffy with them, but I've heard some of the newer stuff, and it sounds I gotta say, it does sound quite good. So I might give that. I might give them a listen to if there is nothing else that's going on at that time. Frank Carter and the Rattlesnakes, I think it's always fun to see Frank Carter live. He's an absolute.
Oh, he's brilliant, Frank Carter. Just going back to a day to remember briefly. I have tried. I think I now will keep trying, but the amalgamation of pop punk and metalcore just really doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, I think
it's like two opposite ends of the magnet. Just going away from each other for me. I get what they're trying to do, and I get that it's clever and idiosyncratic, but it's just. I mean, I like our sub-alert on the disrespect your surroundings.
It's more of the meme.
That always gets a pop out of me whenever that comes up. But in general, Data and stick to Slam Dunk, mate. Frank Carter, on the other hand, I mean, he's one of those people that is just. He's like the Johnny Rotten of this generation.
Yeah, that is a good analogy, actually.
Just instantly charismatic and instantly wears his heart on his sleeve. Loves standing up for rights of all creed and all gender, which I love. I couldn't get the only time I've seen Frank Carter at Download 2016, I couldn't get in the tent. It was so packed. But his album Blossom, his debut album with the Rattlesnakes, Blossom, it's definitely a favourite of mine. I've never heard someone sound so vitriolic on an album ever. He must have blown out his voice with that, which probably explains why he's gone in a kind of more alternative kind of soft. I wouldn't say softer because that sounds a bit disparaging, but less vitriolic
Yeah.
kind of direction. He's still solidly putting out albums, though, you know. And I also like his side project, Pure Love, that he did back in the day. Not many people did, but I dug it.
Yeah, because like a few years ago in Download, he was in the Avalanche tent, and now he's on the main stage. So that's it's a huge step up. But he has had quite a few big performances at festivals at the moment. I blew my voice singing Sinatra at karaoke last night. How does that even happen?
Was it the Devin Townsend version of "Fly Me to the Moon"? I'm not making this up.
Yeah,
I'm not making this up. I believe Strapping Young Lad did a version of "Fly Me to the Moon." I could be wrong. We're gonna have to look that up. Fact check. We need a fact checker really for our podcast. But we'll get into that. And Luke says Data Remember are mediocre at 2 genres.
Maybe Dan can fill that role. Who knows?
Data Remember has its share of detractors, I guess. But fair play for getting a sub-headline slot at Download. I don't know if they've ever done that before, but for me, Slam Dunk Man. Anyway, next band.
Sinatra singer in my spare time at jazz bars. Fair dues.
Fair dues, Scurvy.
All right.
I'll take your point.
Moving on, Black Veil Brides. Nah, fuck off.
We'll skip past that. Let's go to the next one.
Theory.
I just remember it. One of my best memories at the first Download I ever went to was them getting bottled off the main stage and Andy Beersack showing his ball sack.
Oh,
if you will.
Wow.
Well, not his ball sack, and more his arse to the crowd.
You throw a bottle at them, they go down like a pair of Skittles.
Didn't help that Trivium were just after them, I believe.
Yeah, you're going to get people booing them. No doubt
I could be wrong.
That.
My memory's hazy at Download 2012 because I missed the whole Friday. But we'll get into that another day. Carry on.
Theory.
Who's this Theory?
I can't really say anything about them. I don't know.
Theory, I'm not really familiar with them.
Wayward Sons. I don't mind Wayward Sons, to be honest. They're
Are they kind of a country band? Country/blues band?
I don't think so. I think they could be. I could be wrong. I could be mixing them up with someone else.
Yeah.
But
it definitely seems like a kind of classic, like a kind of. I don't even know what the theme of the main stage on that day is, but
I don't know. Distillers.
I love the Distillers. Brilliant. If I go, I'm definitely seeing them ahead of Kiss.
Yeah.
Brody Dale is just. She is like. Awesome.
Yeah.
That's how I describe it, really.
I think I don't really listen to a lot of them, so I can't really say. Airborne, I
think.
If
you like your punk, if you like your 90s kind of skate punky, female lead vocals, then check it out.
Okay.
Airborne. Now I've only seen Airborne once, and I don't think I was really paying attention that much, but I remember the guy was climbing up the scaffold.
Yeah, and I think that's the main reason people go to see them, is to see him climb the scaffolding.
I mean, for me, Airborne are kind of. It's going to sound really disparaging. AC/DC light.
I think
you know what I mean?
I think a lot of people would agree. I think my ex-housemate would slate you for that, but I digress. I've never been that fussed on them. I've always just found a lot of their songs to be quite similar. So I don't know. I can't really say much more. Lacuna Coil. I do really like Lacuna Coil. They go way back for me with when like just first discovering heavy music and things, and all the way through to their latest album, which came last year, which I think was really good as well. I'd be looking forward to seeing them again.
The only thing I know about Lacuna Coil, because I really don't know anything about them that much,
Yeah.
Christina Scabia. Is that how you pronounce it?
Scabia or Scabia?
Yeah. Scabia.
I think it's Scabia.
She sang on the re-recorded version of "A Tout Le Monde" by Megadeth from United Abomination.
Yeah.
And she has got a beautiful voice. Yeah. So if Lacuna Coil's music, it's kind of more gothy, isn't it? From my understanding, what little understanding I have of it.
Yeah, a fair amount of it is. I think it does. It has some synthetic elements, but then it has that general kind of heavy metal sound to it as well. Kind of, I wouldn't say it's like metalcore per se. I think probably alternative. I'd probably say.
Right. So Miles Kennedy and Company.
I don't know. Well, obviously I know about Miles Kennedy, and I think he's a fantastic vocalist.
He's
and
actually, as you
musician.
quite rightly pointed out, Scurvy, he's playing twice
Where is he
this
playing as
festival.
well?
If you look at the Sunday, the lowest stage on the Sunday,
Right, yeah. Acoustic
is that
performance.
acoustic performance?
Ah,
I mean, that's interesting. Yeah.
didn't was it 2016?
Anthrax, I believe. I believe Anthrax played twice at Sonosphere 2014. One
Yeah.
performance was like a main performance, but that was deputizing for a band that had to pull out, I believe.
To be honest,
And
some
the
bands
other
tend to do
performance
it.
they
Yeah.
did, the other performance they did was in the tent where they played Among the Living in full.
Yeah.
Although I'm ashamed to say that I saw Limp Bizkit instead because I really wanted to see Limp Bizkit instead. But I'd already seen Anthrax that day, so I thought rather than seeing Anthrax twice, I'd rather go and see a new band that I really want to see.
Yeah. So yeah, that's that. I remember 2016 as well. Delane did both their normal set and a acoustic set as well. So
They
that
did,
that was
yeah, I
good.
remember that.
I do love Delane. Anyway,
Did we saw the acoustic set together, didn't we?
I think so.
Delane, I could be wrong.
I think so.
Okay, so Miles Kennedy, yeah, great
Sleep Token.
singer.
Yeah.
I prefer his stuff with Alter Bridge than with the Conspirators and Slash. If I'm being honest, I think the songs are way stronger with Alter Bridge.
Yeah, it depends. It depends for me. For there was one album he did with Slash that I really love, but overall with Alter Bridge, I think my favorite
Was it Apocalyptic Love?
possibly. I can't remember
With
the name.
Bad Rain on it and Anastasia.
Yes,
That's the one.
yes, that's the
Yeah,
one.
that's Apocalyptic Love. Yeah.
Okay. And then in terms of Alter Bridge, my favorite album is probably still Fortress for me, or The Last Hero.
Yeah,
one of those two.
I might not get many friends with this, but my favorite album by Alter Bridge is the first one, the debut, One Day Remains.
Well, no, that's fair enough.
It has Broken Wings. It has One Day Remains, obviously. Find the Real, Metalingus, which is obviously Edge's theme from WWE.
Yeah.
Classic tune. There's just so many great tunes on that album. So that's my favourite. Anyway, I've never seen him live though. So it'd be interesting to see if he can cut a tune as well as he can in the studio.
He can.
Yes.
Next, we got Sleep Token. Now, Sleep Token, in terms of atmosphere and just, feeling those vibes live, I think Sleep Token, I've never seen them before, but this will probably be one I will want to experience. I love what Sleep Token do, and it'd be interesting to see them. They will definitely be an interesting band for me to see.
Can I just say we've probably, I don't think either of us have heard of Hatari, by the way, underneath Miles Kennedy. So sorry, Hatari. Don't know who you are. Sleep Token, on the other hand, I've heard very, very, very good things, especially live. Right, I obviously know their musical output on in the studio or whatever. No one knows the members of Sleep Token.
No.
But I have a few mates of mine who've seen them live. One guy I know saw him in like I think it was like a mini sort of cathedral or like a church or something.
Yeah.
Where they were playing, and he said it was one of the best live gigs he's ever seen.
Yeah, I just think there'll be that sort of band that are really. Just
I feel like they could be huge. I feel like their blending of kind of pop sensibilities, but kind of technical sounding genty guitar work, that is similar to what Ghost did with pop and like traditional heavy metal.
Yeah,
definitely. It's a recipe for climbing up the echelon of festival bills, I would say. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're headlining a stage pretty soon.
Tiny Moving.
So yeah. Move swiftly on. Yeah, Sleep Token, good band.
Yeah, Tiny Moving Parts. I imagine Katie will want to see them. I haven't listened to them that much, so I can't really say anything about them.
Unfortunately, Tiny Moving Parts are a bit of a collar tugger, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't. Sorry, I'm not familiar with that phrase.
Kind of a few slippery allegations and stuff.
Oh, were they? Okay. Mm-hmm.
But from what I've heard of them, they're all right. They're just a bit emo for me,
Okay, so we got Hot Milk. I've listened to a bit of Hot Milk stuff. Probably not a band I'd go to see live, but they're sort of one of those catchy, sort of punkish rock bands that you'd hear. I think the I think the vocalist is really good. So there's only one song I've really heard, to be honest. So I can't say too much.
Yeah, Hot Milk. I know of Hot Milk, and I know that they were getting bigged up pretty well in the Heavy Music Awards that just happened about like a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Could not tell you what sort of style they are, what they sing, or anything. I've yet to listen to them, so on the fence about that.
Okay, same with Gender Roles.
I've heard a bit of Gender Roles though. Gender Roles are kind of alternative / punk kind of, but like modern that kind of modern alternative. Same bracket as like a band like Culture Abuse, perhaps, although we can't really talk about them anymore. Maybe like Moose Blood, although we can't talk about them anymore either. Oh, this is going well.
It's like me with the album
with an
reviews.
exclamation, Fizzy Blood, Dead, bands like that. I'd kind of lump them in the same cat. Pulled Apart by Horses. Do you know them?
No.
Kind of that same kind of bracket. Kind of abrasive alternative rock, but take or leave them, really.
Yeah.
They're all right.
Okay. Press Club, anything?
Never heard of them.
Same. Wargasm. Oh,
Wargasm.
Never heard of
Here
them.
we go.
Oh.
Now we're talking.
Okay. Yeah. I saw what they did at Download TV. It was exceptional, and the whole sound that they've brought forward, I think they are going to make some sparks fly at Download. So even in the Avalanche tent, as opposed to like the main stage or whatever.
I saw them at well, I didn't see them, but I watched the Heavy Music Awards, and their performance there was outstanding. Again,
Nice.
we've covered. If you want to hear our thoughts on Gold, Gold, Gold by Wargasm and KB's first listen to it, then you can go back on our YouTube channel and revisit that. But safe to say we're both fans of this group.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Good stuff.
Electric Wizard, I'm just not a fan of doom metal, except Black Sabbath. It's just too slow for me.
It's definitely an acquired taste, doom metal. I have some good mates who are in a doom metal band, Famine, down in Canterbury. Shout out to them. And but they're kind of more sort of psychedelic, and they have riffs, Famine. Whereas Electric Wizard are kind of quite plodding and
Yeah.
No, I can totally see why it's an acquired taste, and I'm not a stoner, so I wouldn't know if I would be in the right frame of mind to particularly listen to this sort of music,
Yeah, when I saw them, because Gojira were playing after them, I can't wait to listen to Gojira. I'm sorry, but that's just what it is. Then Blues Pills, I haven't heard much about them.
Again, sort of country / blues band in the vein of like the Temperance Movement or some band like that.
Okay.
But no, I don't
like the Temperance Movement.
I haven't really listened to them, to be fair. So
okay, Bokassa.
I love Bokassa. Right, Bokassa. I saw them last year at the Underworld with my boys Puppy and the aforementioned Boys of Mine Famine, the doom metal band supporting. I actually managed to get them, coax them into a slot supporting these guys, and I think they're very grateful for that. So shout out to them. But yeah, brilliant band. If you love riffs, if you love stoner riffs and intensity and just driving great rock music, basically. They supported Metallica at one point. They're from Norway. And actually, this band have been actually playing gigs in Norway. Proper gigs, like with actual people involved. So I don't know if Norway's as affected as we are over here, but that was one thing that kind of got my attention about them. Also, I met them as well. I got a photo taken after the gig with them, my sweaty ass in the middle of the lead singer and the drummer, I believe, and I was holding a copy of their album. Their album last year, by the way. Let me just bear with me 1 second.
No worries.
Yes. What do you know much about Bokassa?
No, I've heard of them. I'm sure I listened to them at some point, but I just can't remember how they sounded.
Yes. I'll tell you, it's Crimson Riders is the name of the album, and it was one of my absolute favorite releases of last year. So yeah, again, if you just love stoner rock / stoner metal, you love driving kind of Caius-esque, bit of Cavell Attack in there as well.
Okay.
then and they're very, their lyrics are kind of very tongue in cheek and but tongue in cheek in a kind of in a Doom Boy by Dirty Neil way where it's almost kind of semi serious and it's relatable tongue in cheekness.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's enough about me waffling about Picasso.
Tempt.
Temp's never heard of him.
A.A. Williams.
Sorry, Temp. Never heard of him. Sorry, mate.
Celador Mooncrow.
Good name, but no, never heard of you either. Sorry.
J.J. Wild.
No.
Okay. All
Sorry.
right.
we're rapidly losing points with the Mosh Talk listeners here.
Possibly.
Not having heard of these bands.
I mean, they're on the bottom stage, so can you blame us?